Hello and welcome back to Ada Pulse, the community-funded news channel keeping you up to date with everything Cardano. And because we are community-funded, there is no coin chilling, there is no paper motion, we don't even discuss token price. We're just here to disseminate the information. On this week of Exploring Cardano, I talked to Tim, one of the founders behind IAMX. IAMX is an SSI, a self-sovereign identity solution for the Web3 space. I hope you enjoy this conversation. Can you tell me a bit about yourself, your background, and then how this sort of came, the idea of IAMX came about, and hopefully I'm pronouncing that correct as well. I have a history of butchering names.
Yeah, let's start with the pronunciation. It's also represents a little bit the philosophy. It's pronounced IAMX, so I am Mr. X. So today you are Mike, but we know each other now. We see each other. We like to interact very without anonymity. And it starts with I am X. So I am X because I don't know Mike. But if I reveal everything, I can say from I am X to I am Tim and say, hi, Mike.
That makes sense.
We can reveal. And that's also, that's how we started. We follow the SSI, self-sovereign identity concept in everything we do. And we are registered with W3C to develop also, to help, to get info, it's a working group where we are in, and it's very good for us that we can reach out to the masterminds, the architects of SSI. So if we have a question, we can also get really good infos there, because we can study a lot and know a lot, but we never can know everything.
Sure.
I'm 47 years old. We are based in Switzerland, Zug, which is a very nice regulated surrounding. And we started digging into the blockchain space with, I think, like everybody, collecting some Bitcoins, then asking what's behind it. And then I found out that Cardano is very nice. It's very, very easy to stake, to open a pool. So I started, I think it's now 2 years ago, to run a small stake pool with two friends. And both are big Cardano enthusiasts. And I have another company which is selling mobile phone contracts in Germany, together with the CEO of IAMX, Tim Heidfeld. So it's two Tims. It's always a nice joke when we start calls. And we had problems with fraud, selling mobile phone contracts over Meta and Facebook, so over all these big platforms. And then I thought there must be a solution with blockchain. And this how everything started, how IAMX was born. It was born solving our own problem and having knowledge about Cardano. We said, okay, we think we can put down an anchor there and see who is really using the phone, so our products. And once we opened this SSI space, we find very, very soon that there's, a big problem called KYC, KYB, money laundering. And our problem was going into this direction. So we opened up ourselves and said, okay, we have to do more there. It's not just we have to solve our problem. I think there is really a new approach where we have to follow. And so nowadays I work 80% for IAMX, or even more, 90%, and just 10% selling mobile phone contracts. But this team is getting bigger. So I hope in the next year they don't need me anymore, and I can go more and more into this blockchain, because it's amazing. It's amazing. We have so many projects.
Definitely really exciting, and I think KYC and decentralized IDs is sort of one of the biggest problems yet to be solved for blockchain. And we've actually been hearing it quite recently a lot with sort of contingent staking being thrown around. What is IAMX, and how does it solve the identity problem?
Yeah, like I said, we follow the SSI architecture, which it's 10 principles we like to see and like to follow. It's done by a guy called Christopher Allen. He is, in my mind, he really founded the principles of SSI with a lot of other professors around the world. And this is always our basement, that you own your identity, you reveal it, you manage it completely. So the biggest problem on blockchain is how to delete it. If you like to be GDPR conform, what is very important for us, we are coming from Germany, and GDPR is very, very strong here, probably one of the strongest in the world. And if you handling data, personal data in Germany, one of your legs is in prison. That's something I always say, because you need to fulfill a lot also from the staff you have in your company. They have to be special educated on data protection. And this is something which is the biggest obstacle, but we have a solution who includes this. And we are just as a test, and how do you say, a validation of our technique made by a government level company. But this takes quite a long, because usually they check data protection for credit cards and how everything is done there. And as we say, hey, we like to have a reusable KYC, can you help us? It was very tough for us and other companies to find the focus where we have to go. And we think credit card check is most common to KYC. But this took already half a year to find out with the companies, because we are pioneers. Nobody did before. So you have to try and error, call a lot of people, where you start to put your anchor.
Sure, yeah. Can you just give a quick explanation for those who haven't heard what SSI is?
Yeah, SSI is standing for self-sovereign identity. So in the core, you should own your identity, you should own your data and reveal it once you need to do that. So it is that you get forced to reveal it, or you like to reveal it when you make a business. Especially, I think nowadays, if you enter like a decentralized exchange or trading platform, that always you have to think there's anonymity or anonymous platform and anonymous people trading there. And how should this be done? And I think, we have, perhaps I make this side story, we have partnered with KYC Spider. This is a company founded from the University of Zurich and some very famous lawyers. One of these famous lawyers is Dr. Luca Müller, who helped John Wood, Vitalik, Charles, all these guys to, or he has been the sparring partner for all questions and compliance for all these people. And as we partnered with KYC Spider, we can always use this knowledge of how should we bring compliance to blockchain. And in my head, in my philosophy, and I speak for IAMX, we are maximalist with decentralized, with being decentralized. But we also follow this famous lawyer who was saying in an interview, which is very nice to hear, that also he likes to have decentralization. But we can't do it today. It's simply not possible. We have to work on tools. You see the discussion we just had. Charles said something, and the whole community was, wow, what's happening? Everything is bad. Everything is good. What should we do? You see all this missing knowledge not on just other sides. You always have to look at yourself first. But what I saw is there's a lot of missing education, and where should it come from? We are all like kind of pioneers. I think you interview always pioneers, people who have solved it a little bit, but how will be this problem, what it's solved today, how will this be in 5 years? And I think in 30 years, 25 to 30 years, we are all happy that the world is decentralized, but it will be not the next 5 years and not the next 10 years. And this is something we always have to see, making big critics out of Charles, and perhaps the people don't even understand what's layer one, KYC on layer one. Are there other possibilities? But first of all, everybody screams, because I think what people think is, did you see in real world someone having his ID on the forefront? No. Always when you have to show your ID, you grab your wallet like this and say, hey, here's my ID. Have a look. What you can't enter here, you're too young. No, here's my ID. I'm 18. I like to enter. Okay. This is the same with blockchain. You can do it everything anonymously till you have to prove, okay, I need to enter here. And to enter there, you need to reveal your data. And this is something people don't like, but this is the truth in the real world, and the blockchain should be a real world, but better. And I think we're on the right way, step by step, but we shouldn't scream so much in the beginning.
Yeah,
When
I know.
something is
I
changing.
found it quite funny how much of an uproar it caused when actually contingent staking isn't really KYC. It's actually like you can use it for KYC, but it's not. So it's not like KYC is even built into layer one. And he just suggested it as a sort of a way to get around the US regulations.
Built in layer one can also mean there's a token which no information inside. It's just pointing
Yeah.
somewhere. There's so much solutions. And what I know is Charles will be 100% on the right way, because with the people he started to developing, these are masterminds for compliance. And we also started that, I think the Cardano community should not forget, we like to bank the unbanked. So we are playing on Cardano with we are a bank. And in every bank in the world, every single bank you have to do a KYC. Every single bank.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we have to start somewhere. And I think we need,
Yeah, and
we
I
still
think
need these real world anchors like a KYC, but this will be different in the future.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it probably comes from the ideals that we as a crypto community sort of have of sort of freedom and decentralization. However, I think it's very important to understand that that's just not how the financial world works at all. And that KYC, if crypto and blockchain is actually going to be used by the masses and we are going to onboard millions and millions of people and have all these big companies start using blockchain, that KYC is actually going to be a very integral part of the solution. So can you talk a bit about how IAMX actually provides these solutions and how you can actually store your identity on the blockchain and then keep that hidden to yourself and then reveal that to certain entities or however that works?
Yeah, hopefully I can give the right answer, because I'm not a very technical guy. I do the marketing and co-founded the company, but we do it in a way that we store like a pointer in your wallet, in your cryptographic wallet, in our ID wallet, and this pointer points to wherever you like that it should point to. Should point to KYC or to your ID card, where should point to? Yeah, to tell it in a nutshell, or very compressed. It's like we're working with questions and answers coming, but we can't store anything on blockchain, especially not the personal data, as then we follow this crude. You have to create, read, update, and delete your information. And the delete is the part where we now, our pointer, if you delete the revealed data, it will go to a 404 error message, because there is nothing anymore. Yeah? Mm-hmm. But the pointer is still on blockchain. This always people ask me, how do you do it? And you have to think with pointers, that your cryptographic wallet is like the private key for the pointer. Just, if another machine asks something, you connect your wallet, like, when you buy a JPEG or something, an NFT, and then you point, you connect your wallet, and then the platform can read out what does the pointer show to, and it just can read it because you revealed your private key. So you say for every transaction, yes, I reveal my first name, my last name, and more, and then you have ready-made containers and these ready-made containers have all the answers to containers with questions. Mm-hmm. So it's a zero knowledge proof what we installed inside this ID wallet.
Right, and so that's sort of a centralized database that's hosted by IAMX, or is that hosted by the different governments? How does that work?
You host it. You have your wallet. Nobody else. And that is very clear that nobody else should have it. But what you can do if you are like, let's come back to the KYC. So KYC is something, it has to be on a government level. Like if you order a mobile phone in Germany or around the world, you have to make a KYC because of terror laws. And this KYC is then done one time, and we like what we think is very important to make it reusable, that you own it finally and can reveal it or close it. And this to store it, this is stored centralized, your KYC. If you like that, you can say, oh, no, I don't like that. Everybody is storing it. Then you have to do it perhaps more often again if platforms ask you how old is your KYC, who did this KYC. And so you have the possibility to store it on centralized servers of KYC Spider. Because if you like to have a convenient way, you can use them. And what's nice is it's stored in Switzerland. So you need like really a court order from Swiss that they reveal your KYC. That's very nice because in Europe, sometimes some countries can put a little bit pressure on the countries that they reveal data. In Swiss, this is simply historically also not possible. And this is a value the Swiss government, the Swiss state likes to have really on a high level, that data in Swiss, it's a fortress for data. And so we choose KYC Spider. They're also based in Zug and Zurich, that we can store the data there for 10 years. So if you enter a platform, the platform will say, okay, who is this wallet? The platform will never know who you are. You're getting on the platform anonymously. The platform will see, there's a KYC. It's done on this date, 3 weeks old, and it's done by KYC Spider on the highest possible level. This platform will this anonymous wallet allow to trade there. And this wallet can be you, can be me. It's an anonymous wallet, but the machine can read. This is legit. There's a KYC inside. And this I refer back to. We don't go to our world with our KYC on our forehead. We have to be careful with our data. We like to store it ourselves. And if we like to have a very compliant solution, which is needed for some trades, you just enter with your wallet and the platform can see anonymously, this is a legit wallet. This is what I think the big revolution with zero knowledge proof and enabling this on blockchain.
Right. Yeah, because as well, I guess different platforms require different levels of KYC and they shouldn't be able to access all of your data, and sometimes like a lot of platforms only really need to know that this is actually a human being behind the wallet and it's not some other entity. So if I've got this right, your wallet basically holds a pointer to a centralized authority in Switzerland that holds your KYC data, which then you can sort of allow the platforms that you go onto to access that data.
Yes, they will ask you, please reveal your data. You connect your wallet. There's that's also important. We don't have our own payment wallet. We don't like to compete with any payment solutions because I think this is, we like to work with them together. So our API, it's API-based ID wallet we have. This you can connect to your different wallets. If you have 10 eternal wallet, you can choose the one eternal wallet you like to interact now with, connect it with the identity wallet, and then you go to Axo in the future, or to Liquid or Wing Riders now. You connect, and then they can see, okay, there's a KYC in with the timestamp and the level. And if you have, for sure, very big trades, then you are more like institutional investor, then they have to do more. So if you usually trade $10,000 a month, and finally, you're a big trader, you're a good trader, you start trading with $1 million. Then you have to do, perhaps, it depends from country to country. They will do a deeper AML check with you and will perhaps also do a PEP examination. That is a political exposed person. So especially in Europe or nowadays, I think nowadays everywhere, it's very difficult to do business with politicians from Russia. So this has to be checked. And if something changes in the world and we have another war somewhere or anything happen, these checks will be different, will be changed. And this has to be revealed also in the KYC, in the reg tech we call, all this big part of money laundering, KYC and everything. This has to be updated then. So sometimes you have to do, usually at 10, now you trade with 1 million, you have to do different checks. And this is not reusable sometimes. So this is, we have to follow the regulations in the world there.
Sure. So what are the benefits to the users and then to sort of the businesses for using this sort of blockchain based identity over the standard ones already in play?
Yes, it's like you are more anonymous because you store just it in your wallet and you don't store it on servers like from Google, Meta, or anybody else. So it's in your hands to reveal it. It's in your hands to manage it. And you can also have identities, for Twitter, for Facebook, for whatever. You can play around with identities, and then you have your identity on a government level. So your real identity where you like to make business with. So it's like also a playful possibility if you like to connect a different special identity to a game, like perhaps Get Ready Player One. Yeah, you can use also this concept with SSI to have different character identities. This is something what is nice and it's reusable. It's very fast to integrate. So perhaps you like to have a new cryptographic, or you like to have a new exchange. Just you like to order a special, like to buy a special token. You like to onboard with a new DEX. And the DEX just asks you, please connect your wallet. If you're already made a KYC, you connect your wallet. There will be the questions, hey, can I have all this data? And you say, yes, I like to reveal all this data you need that I can be your customer. One click done. And for me, it's always, horror to make another KYC. I don't know how many KYC I made in my life. Yeah. It's more than 100. Easy. This helps me to be it's a very, very easy solution. It's good for the client. It's very convenient. That was the word I'm missing. It's very convenient to log in other services then. But there's another big space for IAMX. We partnered because we are coming with our mobile phone company from affiliate marketing. And we have a partner since a long, long time, which is Advanced Store in Berlin. They do 900 million ad impressions a day. So it's a really big company. They are now working, we counted it last week, 68 people working there. And this is a cashback and affiliate system. And always if you onboard with IAMX, you get a cashback of these out of this system. And this project went so big with a lot of people thinking about what can we do. So now it's like a second project we just opened. It's called mycashbacks.io, and this is a partner for IAMX where you get incentivized if you log in on Nike store, and usually you don't get any cashback. You just make your order with our system. We share the cashback what we already get with our affiliate partners. So I think Nike has a cashback of 6%, and then we share this that you will get. It will be it monetize using your decentralized identity. I think that is something very nice, but it's another. I think we can do another interview about this, because it's quite big, the project nowadays, because we have more and more ideas we put inside there.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a hugely growing space of, especially with blockchain, people actually owning their own data. What we've seen sort of in Web2. These big tech companies, Facebook, Google, Amazon, they own your data and they make money from it, and you as a user don't make any money from it at all. So actually being able to sort of get a percentage on your data, I think is a massive step forward, and I think that'll only get
always if you use something bigger. For free. Sorry to interrupt you, Mike. That's something people have to think about. I think more and more. Always, if you use something for free, you are the product. That is something people don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
You're always the product. You always give out the data. And, Mark Zuckerberg, you make the nice photos of whatever you do. I'm a climber, so I post some climbing photos or diving photos because I'm a cave diver. And, I put in the content, but I don't get the payment. So this is what people should think about. And now to pay for Twitter, it's something where I say smart move from them, but it doesn't follow my philosophy. Now I have to pay to give out my data. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
something nice. I even pay to give content. This is very new for me, and yeah, I will not ever have a blue mark behind my Twitter account.
No, for sure. Well, I mean, I think Elon posted on Twitter last week that they're actually looking at like a monetization model to pay creators who basically when ads show in your Twitter feed that they actually pay you. So if you're a big creator on Twitter, you might actually get a revenue split, which I
Yeah,
think is definitely the way forward, and it's sort of the YouTube way. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes. What about
and
creators?
also
I
just
sort of
if we look at this project, at this problem, how should we do that without a KYC? You deliver and content, and you get money out. Yeah, who's the one receiving the money? Is it a company? Is it a people? Is it a robot? Who is it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna
So
they will have
if
to do
ChatGPT
KYC.
is
Yeah.
so good, if ChatGPT can be used to just to think to, or AI is used to create a new person, and it can be a nice account, but the AI is so intelligent that they get all the money because they know how you get money out of it. KYC is very important, and people, KYC is more like a single sign-on, like robot or not robot. But this is where everybody is screaming, and yeah, we need it. We need to prove that we are not robots. This is also if you think about is AI something good or bad, put a KYC, put an SSI layer on, and I think things looks a little bit more or looks better then.
Yeah, and as well, the sort of the ease of use is a huge aspect. I don't know how many times I've started doing KYC or creating an account, and there's all these fields, and I've just thought, you know what, screw it, I won't even bother. So you actually lose like a percentage of your customers in the KYC process.
Yes,
So
usually you
make
lose. Yeah, sorry, I always interrupt you.
no, it's okay.
It's it's like the conversion rate. That's the terminus technicus is that the conversion rate breaks. You make the KYC, your kid is crying, your girlfriend is screaming, "Hey, we're late, we have to go," and you say, "Okay, fuck it, not KYC tomorrow." Bah, conversion break. Very bad for all the guys who like to catch clients. And this makes it very easy that you buy better, that you get cash back for buying from the user perspective, and from the business perspective, we calculate with around 5% more or 5% less conversion breaks minimum. That people just jump out. With the KYC, I jump out very often, so I have to restart KYCs a lot of time. And this we also have in our project, that in the funnel where you go through from the start to the KYC to the end, that you always can restart where you ended, because it's something very important for me in person, because I sometimes I don't have the time. And now
Yeah.
you can just KYC one click, and yes, I click again that I know this data will be sent to Binance or wherever I do my KYC. I like to do my KYC.
Great. So that also brings quite a big incentive for businesses to integrate this into their user onboarding flow. Looking at sort of a different aspect of this, what are some of the challenges of running a crypto company, a blockchain based company, especially in this sort of downturn that we've had and sort of the crash post the big hype? What have been some of the biggest challenges?
So I think when we started the company some times ago, or where we've been in crypto, we say, "Oh, we don't waste a single ADA." Yeah? And collect it. But when we looked how big or how high the value of ADA has been, we started already to shift into stablecoins. And if we didn't had done this, we will have big financial problems. But we are very conservative, and yeah, sometimes the team hates me a little bit, because you can just waste the euro one time. Yeah, you can spend it just one time. So I'm not a big gambler. I'm not good in gambling. Perhaps it's because of my hobbies as diving and mountaineering. So a risk leads to that there. And I think the same is with blockchain companies. If you just look and see, okay, it will go up, and greed starts to be your shadow, then I think this is very important to have a look, very conservative, very in real life, how to drive, how to manage a company. And this is in the liquidity way, this is very important. So because in the beginning, once we entered Cardano, people was a little bit skeptic. People says, "Hey, what you doing here? We have Atala Prison already," and we are in good contact with Tony Rose, the product lead in Atala Prison, and he knows what we are doing. We know a little bit what he is doing because we are more focused on the KYC part and giving identity over the SSI system. And if you have this, you always need to have a really good look at your liquidity. And also we are just founded from a stake pool and from some friends and family investors. So we collected around a little bit more than 2 million euros. And this is where we really spent it very, very carefully. And with the pool, we finance all the devs. And this is very nice. And it's also the reason we started on Cardano, that you have this really nice funding mechanism. You can easily open up a pool. You are not locked with staking, which some people really understand now, that this is also something important when you look at compliance. And our tech is chain agnostic. I think that's also very important. You can be a big Cardano maxi, but for your business, you have to really look the brighter horizon, because there will not be just one chain. Like there is not just one top 5
sure.
.com
Interoperability
company.
is key.
It's key, and if you forget about this, then you have, I think, problems in the future. So this is how we are funded, and I think the funding is very important. And we see big projects. There's a big stablecoin project with went off Cardano or couldn't get bankrupt, and this is something we see. You have very young kids, very intelligent guys, super intelligent, building up something awesome, but never run a company, never managed a company. And this is something what we all have to look to. I think it's very important we have a very nice partner with NMaker, and very experienced in programming, and we exchange, advise each other in something. And they have the same philosophy. Have a look at the money and manage the company like you manage a normal company. It's very important.
Yeah. That's definitely so important. After sort of the hype, we've seen multiple companies go out of business because they decided to spend 50% of their revenue on Super Bowl ads and the like. Sort of when money comes quick, some companies are very quick to spend most of it. We spoke a little bit at the start about sort of the decentralized nature of your company and sort of working abroad everywhere. What's that been like in sort of managing the company, and then also how has sort of hiring been affected by sort of the lack of skills? I've been hearing this from a lot of people in the space, that there's a huge lack of skills in Cardano at the moment. It's very difficult to find the people that you need for the roles.
Yeah. So we are a quite centralized company. Yeah? We are an entity in Swiss, in Zug. We are an AG, it's called there. And but the people are not very centralized. So we are working around the world, which gives us also the possibility to work like 24/7 more or less, because of the time zones. This is something which is really nice. And we have our CTO is like, he breathes crypto. He was Bitcoin mining back in the days with an old Apex computer. Apex is a plane, and he was minting with Apex computer. So he's really one of these old school crypto guys. Yes, and he was Ether minting everything. And always if there's something, he asks us, can we open a node? Can we open a node? And I can tell you now that we never talked about it in public, but we also run now a World Mobile node, because we like to know what it is, how does it go, and we asked Kotti if it's possible to also run a Kotti node. There we have not positive feedback till now because there's too many people waiting for a Kotlin node, I think. But this is also something I think we need to do. We need to dive deeper in all these nodes, how they're doing, because then you understand all these systems and then you can build for them. And this is something we are very happy that we have Dennis. And there will be a complete decentralized world. This is what we aim for, but it takes 30 years. So hopefully, I'm 47 now. Hopefully, I will see this world and be a little bit proud in the evening that I was a small part of building up this world. This is something what I'm looking for. So decentralization, I'm a really maxi in this, but I'm a maxi in this that also, things can change and we have to find the way there. We can't say, okay, today everybody is using like this. My mom, my grandma, who should switch? Who should do the switch? It's not possible. And these maxis, they say we need decentralization today. It's simply not possible. We can fight for it, but we always have to be a little bit flexible to not. The mass adoption is important for crypto, for blockchain technology. And if we kick out all these people because it's too technical to be decentralized, then we will never have the chance to change the world a little bit. We will not have the chance to own your identity, to manage it. We will not have the chance. And everything goes hand in hand with compliance, as tough as it sounds. But to avoid scams and everything, we need to identify the people or the machine.
I mean, that's it's practicality over perfectionism, with the aim to reach perfectionism as the end goal. Great. Okay, cool. I'm going to have to end it there. Otherwise, my date for tonight is going to be hounding me. But great talking to you.
Thank you, Mike. Nice that you invited me.
Yeah, no worries. So it's okay if we put this up on our YouTube channel. That's all cool with you guys.
For sure.
Great, cool. And then I'll go away with. Yeah, sure.
Tell me how we can support you or something, And I will give your email to our friends from mycashbacks.com. Perhaps you like to talk with them as well. And we are always available if there's questions for this bad topic, KYC. Oh, this big ghost,
Yeah. No, it's really interesting. I'm getting quite into sort of KYC, and I've published a few articles recently on like the big blockers to actually getting people on board, and like one of the main ones is just KYC. I do some work with some companies in Guernsey. It's where I'm from. So KYC is like quite a big thing, and I've done quite a bit of it. And people in crypto who have only like lived in crypto sort of don't understand that like the entire financial system works on KYC. But yeah, so this will go up on the YouTube channel, and then I'll go back with the team and we'll write an article, and I'll let you know if we have any questions on that, and then we'll tag you in on Twitter when that goes out.
Great, thanks a lot, Mike. Enjoy your evening.
Great. I'll try to. Great, thanks. Cheers. Bye.